Will the House come to order? Mr. Clerk, we have item 1, roll call. Please call the roll.
Mr. Ayu, Mr. Alcos, Ms. Amato, Ms. Bellotti, Mr. Chun, Ms. Cochran, Mr. Evslin, Mr. Ganadin, Mr. Garcia, Mr. Garrett, Mr. Gates, Mr. Hashem, Mr. Holt, Ms. Hussey Burdick, Ms. Ichiyama, Ms. Kahaloa, Ms. Capella, Mr. Kila, Ms. Kitagawa, Mr. Kobayashi, Mr. Kong, Ms. Lachika, Ms. Lamosao, Ms. Lowen, Ms. Martin, Ms. Martinez,
Excuse.
Mr. Matayoshi, Ms. Matsumoto, Mr. Miyake, Ms. Mizuno, Ms. Morikawa, Ms. Nakamura, Mr. Nakashima,
Excuse.
Mr. Nishimoto, Mr. Onishi, Ms. Peruso, Mr. Pirek, Quinlan, Mr. Saiki, Mr. Sayama, Ms. Souza, Mr. Takayama, Ms. Takenouchi, Mr. Tam, Mr. Tarnas, Mr. Todd, Mr. Ward,
Excuse.
Mr. Woodson, Mr. Yamashita, Mr. Speaker.
Present.
Mr. Speaker, 48 members are present, 3 are excused.
Thank you. Item 2, reading of the journal. Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, may this matter be deferred.
So ordered. Item 3, Mr. Clerk, are there any message from the governor?
Mr. Speaker, there are none.
Item 4, Mr. Clerk, are there any Senate communications?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, if you and the members will turn your attention to the addendum to today's order of the day. We are in receipt of a communication informing the House that the Senate has discharged all conferees to the noted House and Senate bills.
Members, introductions. Representative Chun.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members in the gallery today, we have volunteers and advocates from the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network. They're here today to advocate for issues facing cancer patients and their families. So I'd like you to all please rise and welcome to your House of Representatives. And permission to insert their names in the journal.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Representative Miyake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For Cancer Action Network Day, we have amazing volunteers from Maui. Please reserve your applause, but can you, until all names have been called, please stand when I call your name. Kellen King, Jen Bueno, Cheryl Okuma, Ashley Rodriguez, Tiara Bueno Moniz, Kahalavai Rodriguez Guzman, Ember Alcantara, Jeremy Hall. Welcome to your House of Representatives.
Representative Nakamura.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. From Kauai, I'd like to recognize Yuri Martos, please stand, Michelle McMillan, and Michelle Imura is not here. Welcome to your House of Representatives.
Representative Lachika.
Mr. Speaker, in the gallery is a constituent and a resident of Mililani, as well as a registered nurse, Ms. Lourdes Marcelo. Please rise. Welcome to your House of Representatives.
Representative Matsumoto.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today I had my annual Capitol Talkin' Tour, and so I have wonderful constituents from District 38 who came out. We had about 100 people who came out. Some had to run for parking. But for all of those who are still here, if you can please stand and be recognized. And welcome to your House of Representatives. And Mr. Speaker, if I can have all the names for those who are here and not in the gallery inserted into the journal.
So ordered.
And then if I could have one more introduction.
Please.
Thank you,
Proceed.
Mr. Speaker. For today, I also have wonderful interns who came in to help us with our Capitol Talkin' Tour. So I have one of our college interns. We have Morgan England, if you can please rise. And we also have our high school intern from Mililani High School, Vika Lainaholo, if you can stand up. And then I also have all of my staff here. We have Aiden, Sanwana, Sharon, and Sierra. And if you can welcome them to our House of Representatives.
Representative Miyake.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. One more introduction. As someone who has had the privilege of being a fellow in the past, I'm honored to introduce the 2024 Ka'ipukukui Fellows from Maui, gathered here for their local governance halavai. Please reserve your applause until all fellows have been introduced. And to the fellows, please stand when your name is called. Olena Alec, Christian Apo Takayama, Kawanoi Batangan, Jack Dowling, Jason Economu, Alohi Gomes, Sterling Higa, Nicole Hugonen, Becky Lynn, Matt Lugo, Bria Lynn Onodera, Matt Paget, Michaela Rickard, Bailey Spry, Jill Ritt, Dav Ewan, and advisors and founding members Scott Nunukawa and program managers Sharon Kepler. Welcome to your House of Representatives.
Representative Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to introduce Gary Guan, the president of the Kapolei Rotary Club. Thank you for being here and welcome to your House of Representatives.
All right, members, with no further introductions, let's move on to
Mr. Speaker,
Representative Peruso.
sorry about the late introduction, but I did want to recognize Dean Hazama, Chair of the Mililani Neighborhood Board. If you could please stand to be recognized. Welcome to your House of Representatives.
All right, members, we'll take the order of the day and we'll go through the first page. Representative Nakamura. For your motion.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adopt Standing Committee Report numbers 1240-24 through 1243-24 as listed on page 2, and that the accompanying Senate bills as may be amended pass second reading and/or be referred to their designated committees.
Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Any discussion on Stancom Report 1240-24? 1241, 1242, 1243. Members will be taking a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. Motion is carried. Next page, Representative Nakamura.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adopt Standing Committee Report numbers 1244-24 to 1247-24 as listed on page 3, and that the accompanying Senate bills as may be amended pass second reading and/or be referred to their designated committees.
Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Any discussion on Stancom Report 1244-24? Representative Garcia.
No vote.
So ordered. 1245, 1246, 1247. Representative Garcia.
No vote.
So ordered. Members will be taking a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. At this time, let's move back to the first page on item 5, floor presentations. Mr. Clerk, are there any floor presentations?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, we have one floor presentation today. House Resolution Number 221, congratulating the 2024 United States Senate Youth Program Delegate, 2023 Prudential Emerging Visionaries winner, 2023 U.S. Presidential Scholar, and 2024 Hawaii Life Smart State Competition winners. This resolution is offered by Representative Woodson.
Representative Woodson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to adopt this resolution.
Representative Kahaloa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
It has been moved and seconded that the resolution be adopted. Any discussion? Representative Woodson.
Thank you, Speaker. I defer to my colleague from Holoaloa.
Representative Kahaloa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the Hawaii House of Representatives, I'd like to once again express our sincere gratitude to those who guide our keiki through the first 2 decades of their lives in Hawaii schools and for their exceptional contributions to our community. On this 4th day of Education Week, we acknowledge the 2024 United States Youth Program Hawaii delegates, the Prudential Emerging Visionary Award winner, and the 2024 Life Smarts Consumer Education Competition winners. The United States Senate Youth Program provides outstanding high school students interested in careers in public service with a detailed understanding of the inner workings of the U.S. Senate and the federal government. All selected students have held an elected or appointed position in their schools or communities and show aptitude in government, history, and politics. I am honored to recognize Ms. Lehua Norris from Konawaina High School as a 2024 U.S. Senate Youth Program delegate. Ms. Norris served on the school's student council representing over 170,000 Hawaii public school students on the executive board of the Hawaii State Student Council. She is passionate about her culture and community and is an officer on the Pacific Asian Affairs Council. Ms. Norris has organized community events focusing on climate change, spreading kindness in Kona, and encouraging civic engagement among Hawaii's youth. Her ongoing efforts and academic achievements are a testament to her outstanding leadership skills and dedication to serving her community. Please join me in congratulating Ms. Lehua Norris on her incredible achievements. I now yield to my colleague from St. Louis Heights.
Representative Sayama.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Prudential Emerging Visionaries recognizes 25 extraordinary young people throughout the country who are leading innovative projects to address financial and societal challenges in their communities. This year, it is my honor to recognize Punahou School senior Ms. Kylie Hamamoto as a 2023 Prudential Emerging Visionary. Ms. Hamamoto is the founder and president of We Go Hawaii, a nonprofit organization aimed at empowering strong and independent female leaders. We Go Hawaii, Hawaii's leadership program has touched the lives of over 200 young women in Hawaii, California, and Japan, providing participants with the necessary tools to discover their passions and create projects that positively impact their communities. Among 25 nationally recognized young students, Ms. Hamamoto is the sole 2023 Prudential Emerging Visionaries winner from Hawaii. Please join me in congratulating and recognizing Ms. Kylie Hamamoto as the 2023 Prudential Emerging Visionary. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield my time to the colleague from Kaneohe.
Representative Kitagawa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The U.S. Presidential Scholars Program recognizes and honors some of the nation's most distinguished graduating high school seniors. Ms. Vayanui Peck was selected as a U.S. Presidential Scholar in Career and Technical Education, a category that only honors up to 20 students nationwide. Ms. Peck graduated ranked first in her class from Kahuku High School and Intermediate School. She now studies mechanical engineering and renewable energy at Yale University, where she participates in several extracurricular activities. Ms. Peck is committed to sustainability and innovation and recently interned as an agricultural engineer at Kualoa Ranch. Ms. Peck displays exceptional talent both in and out of the classroom. Please join me in honoring Ms. Vayanui Peck for her achievements as a U.S. Presidential Scholar. I now yield to my colleague from Waialae Kahala.
Representative Hashem.
Speaker, the LifeSmarts program is a free national educational program that teaches students the critical life skills needed to succeed in a modern global marketplace. The 2024 competition tested students on their knowledge of personal finance, consumer rights and responsibilities, health and safety, technology, and the environment. I would like to congratulate Kalani High School's Team Kalani 4.2 for winning first place in this year's LifeSmarts state competition. After dedicating numerous hours of preparation, Team Kalani 4.2 consisting of Captain Brandon Chan, please stand. Also in the gallery is Andrew Chen. Where is he? Good. Andrew Chen, Michelle He, Kyla Inglesia, and Mason Vong, and also coached by Susan Horry and Mike Zane. Thank you very much. They competed in the statewide final hosted by the University of Hawaii at Manoa Campus Center Ballroom. They emerged victorious, securing first place in the competition. Your hard work and dedication paid off. Congratulations, Team 4.2, for this incredible accomplishment. Speaker, I yield to my colleague from Waipahu.
Representative Chun.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wanted to extend my congratulations to Waipahu High School's team, Waipahu Marauders, for winning third place in the 2024 Hawaii LifeSmart State Competition. I would like to recognize the team members and coach and commend the numerous hours they spent preparing for this competition. Team Waipahu Marauders consists of Captain Regan Chinen, please rise, and also team members Ross, Angel Bagao-san, Stephanie Menor, Jordan Wynn, and Joy Bell Perinas, and coached by Cindy Takara, who could not be here. Congratulations on winning third place in the 2024 Hawaii LifeSmart State Competition. And please help me congratulate Team Waipahu Marauders for winning third place in the competition. Thank you. In addition to these extraordinary kids, we would like to recognize Ariana McGurk, another 2024 U.S. Senate Youth Program delegate, and second place 2024 LifeSmarts competition winner, Maryknoll Schools Team Maryknoll Spartans, consisting of Captain Kaya Pettit, Cassandra Barrett, Aaron Broderick, Kevin Gwen, and Tyler Takahashi, and coached by Kit Yu Wong. Though they were unable to participate in Education Week, I would like to extend them all a big mahalo and congratulations. On behalf of the House of Representatives, I would also like to thank all the guests in the gallery who have joined us to recognize the honorees. Welcome to your House of Representatives. And Mr. Speaker, I request that their names be inserted into the journal.
So ordered.
Thank you.
All right, members will be taking a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. The motion is carried. Representative Woodson, please proceed with the certificate and lay presentation. Honorees, please remain standing. Congratulations. The chair will call a recess to allow the members of the House to meet and congratulate the honorees. Recess. Will the House come to order? Members, let's go to page 4, back to our order of the day. Representative Nakamura.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adopt Standing Committee reports numbers 1248-24 through 1272-24 as listed on pages 4 through 9, and that the accompanying Senate bills as may be amended pass second reading and/or be referred to their designated committees.
Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Any discussion on SANCOM report 1248-24? 1249, 1250, 1251, next page, 1252, 1253, 1254, 1255, next page, 1256. Representative Garcia.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker. At the appropriate time, could we go back to 1253-24?
Going back to 1253.
With reservations.
So ordered. Back to 1256. 1257. Representative Pierrick.
No vote.
So ordered. 1258. 1259. 1260. Representative Garcia.
No vote.
So ordered. Representative Hussey Burdick.
Reservations.
So ordered. Next page. 1261. 1262. Representative Pierrick.
No vote.
So ordered. Representative Garcia.
Reservations.
So ordered. 1263. 1264. Next page. 1265. Representative Pierrick.
No vote.
So ordered. Representative Hussey Burdick.
No vote.
So ordered. Representative Garcia.
No vote.
So ordered. Representative Capella.
Reservations.
So ordered. Representative Peruso.
Same request.
So ordered. Representative Alcos. No vote. So ordered. Representative Amato. So ordered. Mark that reservations. All right, members, going to 1266. Representative Pierrick.
No vote.
So ordered. Representative Poi Poi.
With reservations.
So ordered. Representative Peruso.
Same request.
So ordered. Representative Capella.
Same request.
So ordered. 1267. Representative Pierrick.
In support.
Proceed.
This bill will basically create measures or create things that can decrease loud noises in our roads. So when cars drive with loud mufflers, a lot of my constituents don't like that. I personally don't like loud cars that drive by. It's rather annoying. So I'm grateful for this measure. Thank you.
Representative Keela.
Mr. Speaker, no vote.
So ordered. Representative Souza.
No vote.
So ordered. One, 268. Representative Ward.
Speaker, in opposition.
Proceed.
I want to say this gently, but I want to say this is a silly bill that says we're going to allow jaywalking. And the only thing I can think of, it really explains in detail why we have an approval rating in this legislature of 18%. It's even worse than our president. 18% approval rating because we're spending our time on things like this, which is probably going to endanger people. I don't care what the studies have been cited as. Encouraging jaywalking, particularly as kids see adults and the kids do it, just like in marijuana, it's going to lead to a disaster. This will end up being appealed if we practice it. It's a silly bill and embarrasses us. Thank you.
Representative Garcia.
No vote.
So ordered. Representative Alcos.
No vote.
So ordered. Representative Miyake.
Same request.
So ordered. Representative Lamasao.
With reservations.
So ordered. Representative Souza.
No vote.
So ordered. Representative Keela.
No vote.
So ordered. Representative Tam.
Reservations.
So ordered. Representative Gates.
Reservations.
So ordered. Representative Kong.
No vote, please.
So ordered. Representative Garrett.
Reservations, please.
So ordered. Representative Chan.
Reservations.
So ordered. Representative Matsumoto.
Reservations.
So ordered. Representative Sayama.
Reservations.
So ordered. Representative Poi Poi.
Reservations.
So ordered. Representative Chica.
Same request.
So ordered. Representative Amato.
Reservations.
So ordered. Representative Todd.
Thank you and support.
Proceed.
If I have to. I just wanted to speak briefly about an issue I'm extremely passionate about, which is crossing streets when you're more than 200 feet away from a crosswalk, provided that there's no imminent danger. It would not slow or cause any cars to stop or slow down whatsoever. I think that's pretty much it. Just wanted to issue my strong support for that measure. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Lowen.
Mr. Speaker, in support.
Proceed.
I'll adopt the words of the Transportation Chair and just say that we should be encouraging, pedestrian environments where pedestrians are safe instead of continuing just to build streets and transit and cities around cars solely. And this measure would do that. When jaywalking was initially made illegal back when cars were first becoming popular, it was specifically effort and action of the automobile industry. And we're just so used to it that we can't see outside this box that we're in to understand that things can be different. And so I support this measure.
Representative Capella.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In support, I'd just like to add the words of both the EEP chair and our transportation chair into the journal as if they were my own. Thank you.
So ordered. Representative Peruso.
Same request.
So ordered. Representative Keelan.
Mr. Speaker, still in opposition, but I'd like to adopt the words of the Transportation Chair and the EEP Chair as if they were my own. Thank you.
So ordered. Representative Matayoshi.
I guess we do look alike. In opposition.
Proceed.
I just want to note that, when we're all driving and there's no crosswalk there, I feel like people are not expecting a pedestrian. Even though it may look safe, I think that crosswalks are probably the right place to, it's not only a signal to pedestrians to tell them which area is safe to cross, but it's also to kind of give drivers a heads up. And without that there, I'm just afraid that we're doing something that's going to place people in danger. Thank you.
Representative Kahaloa.
In support.
Proceed.
In certain rural communities, we do not have enough crosswalks, so they are a suggestion and not a rule. So unless the state would like to put in a ton more crosswalks in rural communities, that would cost money. I'm in support of this measure.
All right, members. Representative Cochran.
Thank you. And my one and only connector road from the main bypass onto the lower.
In support
In
or
support.
opposition?
And
Proceed.
here's my justification. The one and only connector road, it is dangerous, but it's the only way for residents across the street to get over to the grocery store, to the shopping mall, to the restaurants. And obviously government needs to install crosswalks, but at this time there aren't any. So they have to cross the road and jaywalk in essence. Thank you.
Representative Ward.
Speaker, again in opposition, but in sympathy. If I was a neighbor islander, I would say exactly what my colleagues have just said. So this should be for a certain island of a certain number of people and not push it on the neighbor islands, because what they're saying is correct. We don't want people to walk far away, even though it's good for their exercise. We want it to be primarily for an urban and an island like Oahu. So I want to agree with the neighbor islands, but disagree with the whole application of the bill. Thank you.
All right, members, let's move on to the next page. 1269, 1270, 1271. Representative Garcia.
No vote.
So ordered. 1272. We'll be taking a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. Motion is carried. Representative Nakamura.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adopt Standing Committee Report numbers 1273-24 and 1274-24 as listed on page 10, and that the accompanying Senate bills as may be amended pass second reading and be placed on the calendar for third reading.
Representative Morikawaki.
Mr. Speaker,
Morikawa.
I second the motion.
Any discussion on Standcom Report 1273-24? 1274. We'll be taking a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Representative Nakamura.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adopt Standing Committee Report numbers 1275-24 and 1276-24 as listed on page 10, and that the accompanying House resolution and House concurrent resolution be referred to the Committee on Finance.
Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Members will be taking up STANCOM Report 1275 and 1276 in tandem. Any discussions? We'll be taking a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Item 7, announcements. Representative Quinlan.
Thanks for getting my name right. Members, I am a man of my word, so directly after session, please come up to room 433, that's 14 and 2 3s, for your non-monetary compensation for services rendered in the form of a succulent Irish meal, as well as butter mochi provided by La Ie Elementary Model.
With no further announcements, the chair would like to remind committee chairs that today is the second lateral filing deadline. For Senate bills that need to move to their final committees, please file your committee reports and drafts with the Chief Clerk's office by 9 p.m. this evening. Again, that's 9 p.m. this evening. Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this House stand adjourned until 12 o'clock noon tomorrow.
Representative Garcia.
Speaker, I second the motion.
All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. The House stands adjourned until 12 noon tomorrow.